What if every grain of sand held 1,000 untold stories? Imagine standing in a place where time itself seems to stand still. Welcome to Egypt. This is a land where the past is not just a distant memory, it is a living, breathing presence. The air itself feels heavy with history. It whispers secrets from millennia ago. Every sunrise casts its golden glow over the desert, a story etched into stone and sand. The wind carries tales of pharaohs, gods, great empires, everyday lives along the banks of a timeless river. It calls to the soul, promising a journey unlike any other. The horizon is not just a line where sky meets earth. It is a gateway to another world, a world of unimaginable grandeur, profound mystery. The sheer scale here is almost impossible to comprehend. Great pyramids pierce the sky, human ingenuity and ambition. Ancient temples stand as silent witnesses to rituals and ceremonies. These stories are not confined to dusty books. Hieroglyphs adorn temple walls, statues guard ancient tombs, an enduring cultural legacy. To visit Egypt is to walk in the footsteps of giants, to feel a connection to something ancient and powerful. The warmth of the sun on your skin, a link to Ra, the gentle lapping of the Nile's waters, echoes of countless boats. This is not just a destination. It changes you. It forces you to reconsider your place in human history. The age surrounding you puts your brief existence into humbling perspective. Listen to the whispers from the sands of time. Egypt's allure both awes and mystifies. For every answer archaeologists find, a dozen questions arise. How were these monumental structures built with such precision? What secrets still lie buried beneath the shifting sands? The land reveals its secrets only to the patient, a puzzle that has fascinated explorers, scholars, and dreamers. Now it invites you to become part of its continuing story. Seek your answers. Be enchanted by its timeless magic. Our journey into the heart of ancient Egypt begins here on the Giza Plateau. This is a place that needs no introduction, yet its presence is more powerful than any image can convey. Standing before the Great Pyramid of Khufu, you feel an overwhelming sense of awe. It is the last of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, still standing, a silent giant against the vast desert sky. For over 4.5 millennia, these structures have defied time, a testament to a civilization that believed in eternity. They were built not as mere tombs, but as resurrection machines, complex portals designed to guide the pharaohs on their journey into the afterlife, ensuring their eternal rebirth with the gods. The plateau is home to 3 main pyramids, built for the pharaohs Khufu, Khafre, Menkaure. Each one is a marvel, part of a larger sacred landscape meticulously planned and aligned with the stars. The Great Pyramid, the largest of the 3, was the tallest man-made structure on Earth for nearly 4,000 years. Its sheer scale is almost impossible for the mind to grasp. It is a mountain of stone, a perfectly constructed symbol of power and faith. As you walk around its base, touching the massive blocks of limestone that have witnessed countless sunrises, you can't help but feel a profound connection to the generations who have stood in this exact spot, humbled by the same sight. These pyramids were not isolated monuments. They were the centerpieces of vast necropolises. These cities of the dead were complete with smaller pyramids for queens, mortuary temples for rituals, causeways leading down to valley temples near the Nile. Every element was designed with a single purpose: to secure the pharaoh's eternal life. The ancient Egyptians believed the king was a divine intermediary between the gods and humanity. His successful journey to the afterlife was crucial for maintaining cosmic order and ensuring the continued prosperity of the entire kingdom. The pyramids were therefore far more than grand memorials. They were cosmic engines essential for the survival of their civilization. Lying silently in its own enclosure just east of the pyramids is another of Giza's great enigmas, the Great Sphinx, with the body of a lion and the head of a king. This colossal statue is carved from a single ridge of bedrock. For thousands of years, it has gazed towards the rising sun, an eternal watcher over the necropolis. Its sheer scale is awe-inspiring. It is longer than a modern passenger jet and as tall as a 6-story building. Unlike the pyramids, whose purpose as tombs is well understood, the Sphinx remains shrouded in mystery. Its true name, its original purpose, and even the identity of the face it bears are all subjects of intense debate among scholars. Most Egyptologists believe the face of the Sphinx is that of the pharaoh Khafre and that it was carved during his reign around 2500 BC. This would make it a guardian of his pyramid, which stands directly behind it. It is thought to represent the king as the sun god, Horus, at the moment of sunrise, a powerful symbol of rebirth and eternal life. Over the millennia, the Sphinx has been buried by the shifting desert sands multiple times, sometimes with only its head remaining visible above the dunes. A famous stele or stone tablet placed between its paws by Thutmose IV tells the story of how the Sphinx appeared to him in a dream, promising him the throne of Egypt if he would clear away the sand that engulfed its body. This shows that even in ancient times, the Sphinx was revered as an ancient and powerful oracle. What secrets does it keep? What has it seen in its 4,500 years of silent vigil? It does not offer easy answers. Instead, it invites contemplation. It is the ultimate symbol of Egypt's enduring mystery, a timeless riddle carved in stone, forever watching over the Giza plateau. If the pyramids represent the ancient Egyptians' ambition for eternity, the Nile River represents life itself. This mighty river is the longest in the world, a blue ribbon flowing north from the heart of Africa to the Mediterranean Sea. For millennia, it has been the undeniable source of all life in Egypt. The ancient Greek historian Herodotus famously called Egypt the gift of the Nile, and no truer words have ever been spoken. Without the river, there would be no fertile land, no food, no great cities, and no civilization. The desert stretches for thousands of miles in every direction, a harsh and unforgiving landscape. The Nile is a sprawling oasis, a miracle of water in a world of sand. Each year, like clockwork, the river would flood its banks. This was not a destructive event, but a welcome one. The floodwaters carried with them a precious cargo, millions of tons of rich black silt. As the waters receded, they left behind this incredibly fertile layer of soil, creating a narrow, lush valley perfect for farming. This annual inundation was the foundation of Egypt's agricultural wealth. It allowed farmers to grow abundant crops of wheat, barley, and flax with relative ease. This reliable food supply supported a large population, freeing up people to become scribes, priests, artists, and builders, the very people who created the wonders we still admire today. The Nile was also the main highway of ancient Egypt. It connected the entire kingdom, from the cataracts in the south to the delta in the north. Great barges transported massive stone blocks for the pyramids and temples, while smaller boats carried grain, cattle, and people from one village to the next. Sailing south was easy. You simply raised your sail and let the prevailing northerly winds push you upstream. To travel north, you just lowered your sail and let the river's current carry you downstream. Observing the river's rhythm gave the ancient Egyptians their understanding of time. They developed one of the world's first calendars based on the Nile's 3 seasons: Akhet, the season of inundation; Peret, the season of growth and planting; and Shemu, the season of harvest. The river was seen as a divine force, the god Hapi. Hapi brought fertile silt, ensuring survival, a sacred artery flowing from the heavens. The Nile's geography shaped their cosmology. Sunrise on the east bank, land of the living, cities and temples. Sunset on the west bank, land of the dead, tombs and necropolises. The river held daily ritual and simple beauty. People bathed in its waters. Children played on the banks. Fishermen cast their nets. Even today, the Nile remains Egypt's soul. Sailing a felucca at sunset feels timeless. You feel an unbroken link to generations past. The Nile is a flowing reminder that life and wonder endure. As we journey south along the Nile, we arrive in modern-day Luxor, the site of the ancient city of Thebes. This was the vibrant capital during the New Kingdom, and it is home to Karnak, the most spectacular temple complex, known to the ancients as Ipet Isut, the most select of places. This was not a single temple, but a sprawling sacred city of sanctuaries, pylons, obelisks, and shrines developed over 2,000 years. It was the sacred heart of the Egyptian empire, dedicated to the Theban triad, Amun-Ra, Mut, and Khonsu. Walking into Karnak is like stepping into another world, a place built by giants for gods. The sheer scale is almost impossible to process. Deep within the heart of the Karnak complex lies its most breathtaking feature, the Great Hypostyle Hall. To step inside this space is to be truly humbled. It is a dense forest of 134 colossal sandstone columns. The central columns tower nearly 70 feet high, their capitals shaped like open papyrus flowers, as if reaching for the sun. Every surface is covered in intricate, beautifully carved hieroglyphs and reliefs. These are not merely decorations. They are sacred texts, hymns, and historical records. They depict the pharaohs communicating with the gods, making offerings, and smiting Egypt's enemies. The play of light and shadow within the hall is magical. Clear story windows high above the central aisle send shafts of light down, illuminating the central columns while leaving the rest in shadow. One of the most impressive features is the Avenue of the Sphinxes. This grand processional way, over a mile and a half long, once linked the Temple of Karnak with the Luxor Temple to the south. It was a public spectacle that reaffirmed the connection between the gods and the king, a divine celebration that brought the entire city to life. A few miles south of Karnak lies the magnificent Luxor Temple. While Karnak was a sprawling tribute to the gods of the state, Luxor Temple had a more specific and profound purpose. It was not primarily dedicated to the worship of a god, but rather to the rejuvenation of kingship. It was here that the pharaoh's divine nature was renewed. This propagandistic majestic art was crucial. It wasn't just a story, but a ritual confirmation that the pharaoh was the physical son of the god, legitimizing his right to rule with absolute divine authority. Luxor Temple is especially beautiful at night. Walking through its illuminated halls under the stars, you can feel the echoes of the grand festivals and secret rites that once animated this sacred space, a place where the line between humanity and divinity, between gods and kings, was beautifully and purposefully blurred. As our journey continues, we leave the serene temples of ancient Thebes behind and, plunge into the vibrant heart of modern Egypt, Cairo. This is a city that never sleeps, a sprawling, chaotic, and utterly captivating metropolis. For over a millennium, Cairo has been known as the City of a Thousand Minarets, a testament to its rich Islamic heritage. It is a place where ancient history and modern life do not just coexist, they collide in a beautiful, energetic dance on every street corner. Life in Cairo is lived out loud on the streets. The warmth of the Cairene people is immediate and genuine. No visit to Cairo would be complete without stepping into a world of pure gold and unparalleled history. To walk these halls is to come face to face with the pharaohs, to see objects that filled their lives and join them to the afterlife. An intimate, overwhelming experience. None more famous than treasures from Tutankhamun's tomb. His nearly intact tomb in 1922 was a global sensation. A wealth of artifacts stunned the world. The iconic golden burial mask inlaid with lapis lazuli and other precious stones stares back with an eternal gaze. To truly understand Cairo, you must dive into its vibrant heart, the legendary Khan el-Khalili Bazaar. The air is thick with fragrant incense smoke. The sounds are a symphony, a feast for the senses, a whirlwind of color, sound, and energy. You must try kosheri, Egypt's national dish. Another essential taste of Cairo is falafel, known here as ta'ameya. As evening falls, the city's energy shifts but never fades. This is the ultimate expression of Cairo's contrast, a city that honors its ancient traditions while passionately embracing the pleasures of the present. Our journey through Egypt has been a voyage across the vast ocean of time. We began where the desert sands whisper tales of eternity, drifted along the serene, life-giving waters of the Nile, and were swept from the solemnity of the ancient world into the vibrant, chaotic heart of modern Cairo. This is the magic of Egypt. It is a place where the past is not relegated to museums but is a living, breathing part of the present. To travel here is to walk a bridge between worlds, to feel the immense weight of thousands of years of history under your feet while being carried along by the vibrant current of today. Egypt is not just a destination, it is a timeless journey that stays with you forever. Egypt's legacy is not merely carved in stone. It is a living force that has profoundly shaped the world we inhabit today. The ancient Egyptians gave us pioneering advancements in mathematics, medicine, and astronomy. Ultimately, the most profound legacy of Egypt is the enduring spirit of its people. It is in their warmth, humor, and resilience. The story of Egypt is still being written by the 20 million people of Cairo, the villagers along the Nile, who live their lives against this backdrop of epic history. The whispers from the sands of time have not faded. The mystery of Egypt is not something to be solved, but something to be experienced. The story is yours to discover.